Interrupting our conversation, Mason came to our camp hut and called out to me. "Leo, we came to deliver your bag. We apologize for the delay in giving it to you. It was our mistake," Mason said. Now, receiving my bag became a worrying issue for me. The fear that seeing the men's clothes inside my bag would cause another problem came to my mind. Nevertheless, I took my bag from Mason and brought it into the hut. Although I decided not to open the bag in front of the other friends in the hut, Olivia stepped in. "Your biggest problem is solved now, isn't it?" Olivia asked, coming close to me. I nodded my head to answer her. "Let's see your beautiful clothes. We want to see your pretty clothes too. Isn't that right, Mia?" Olivia said, smiling. "Shouldn't we look later?" I said as I was afraid to open the bag. However, a situation arose where I absolutely had to open the bag, so I decided to do it. I thought that if the men's clothes caused a problem, I would simply say that this bag was not mine. Since there was no other alternative but to open the bag, I began to open it. I slowly pulled the zipper, opening the bag while peering inside. The sight I saw was unbelievable. Instead of men's clothes, there were women's clothes in my bag. I couldn't comprehend what was happening. I quickly opened the bag completely and took out the items one by one. Inside were new padded bras, panties, a petticoat, shapewear, a frock, a skirt and blouse, a night frock, high heels, and makeup items. Mia was also astonished by everything. "These clothes are so pretty. Olivia, look at Leo's clothes," Mia exclaimed, showing the bag to Olivia. "I know. Look at all the beautiful clothes. Oh, and there's a makeup set. We can even do nail art," Olivia said, picking up the makeup set. "We can use these too," Mia said, smiling. "Yes, definitely," I replied. I was completely bewildered by the unfolding events. I looked at the bag's tag again. It had my name and my home address on it. I realized I had seen my mother use this bag before. I began to wonder how on earth female clothes ended up in this bag. Unable to comprehend anything that was happening, I sat down on a nearby chair. Mia noticed my behavior and looked at me. "Leo, what are you thinking about?" Mia asked. "Nothing, no problem," I replied softly. After everyone had finished admiring the clothes in my bag, we all got ready to change. I chose a pink night frock from the bag and put it on. Everyone went to sleep earlier than usual tonight due to how tired we were. I lay down on the bed and thought about all the strange, surprising things that had happened to me so far. First, I got on the bus with the girls. My attempt to tell the camp supervisor my true situation failed. Then, my attempt to call my mother also failed. Now, my missing bag had been returned, but it was completely filled with female clothes. On top of that, I had a feeling that Mason was taking my photos, which was a huge source of curiosity. All of these were problems I couldn't solve. However, I felt that ever since I started dressing as a girl, I had begun to really like it. My desire to dress as a girl doubled and tripled because of the beautiful appearance I had when dressed like that. Although I had never dressed as a girl before, this feeling might have been hidden deep in my subconscious mind. I might never get another chance to freely dress up as a girl again, so I firmly resolved that I must make the absolute most of this opportunity. I decided to spend the remaining days at the camp dressed and behaving freely as a girl. This thought alone brought me such joy. Dwelling in that blissful state and enjoying the comfort of the light night dress, I drifted off to sleep. The next day, I woke up, put on my new bra and panties, and dressed in a new frock. That day, we spent our time doing various activities in the outdoor camp area. The rest of the days were spent in this manner, filled with various feminine games and activities. I very carefully shaved the faint beard growing on my face, using the razor that was, surprisingly, inside the bag. Regardless, I made the most of the opportunity I had been given. Day by day, my makeup skills improved. During this camp life, I experienced many new things. Talking about the latest fashions with the other girls, paying attention to hair and skin beauty, and learning to talk, walk, and behave like a woman. Day by day, I began to forget that I was a boy, and a girl emerged from within me. Though I couldn't perceive the change instantly myself, it was clear to me that anyone observing me from the outside would certainly notice it. I spent my time as a woman, filled with various unforgettable events. Time flew by, and soon, the day before the final day of the camp arrived. A beauty pageant was scheduled for the final day of the camp, and several girls had stepped forward to participate. No one from our group was keen to join. However, while we were discussing the beauty pageant, Mia suddenly made a surprising suggestion. "Leo, why don't you go for the beauty pageant? You could give the others some serious competition. We'll help you." "Girls, what do you say? We're sending Leo to the beauty pageant, right?" Mia suddenly asked. Everyone agreed immediately. "Definitely, Leo. You could win a good place," Olivia added. "Oh no, I can't go to that," I objected, afraid to put myself forward. Since everyone strongly urged me to enter the competition, I finally agreed to their suggestion. I was happy about their proposal afterward, knowing it would be a unique and special experience. I learned that this beauty pageant was the final event of the camp, and that all the girls' mothers would be attending. However, I figured there was no way my own mother could have received an invitation for this. We all began preparing for the beauty pageant to be held the next day. Tasma painted my nails, Olivia fixed my eyebrows, and Mia prepared the necessary jewelry for me. By that evening, we had finished arranging my clothes and other items, and then we packed our bags. That day was a little sad for us because it was the final night of the summer camp. We stayed up chatting happily until very late. Afterward, we all went to our beds to sleep. I lay on my bed, thinking about the next day. I, a boy, going to a beauty pageant as a girl tomorrow. I still couldn't believe it. However, I fell asleep around midnight. The next morning, I woke up with a sense of fresh anticipation. Since the only thing scheduled for the day was the evening event, we all stayed in our hut, chatting happily and preparing for my beauty pageant entry. We returned to the hut after lunch. "Shouldn't we start getting Leo ready?" Mia asked. All the other friends immediately agreed with Mia's suggestion. I first put on a new red panty and a padded bra. Afterward, the bra cups were filled with stockings. After that, I put on shapewear and an underskirt. This was my first time wearing shapewear, and it instantly gave me wider hips and a fuller backside. Next, I put on a red-colored frock, a beautiful dress made of velvet and net material. Mia adjusted my frock, and then she started applying makeup to my face. Starting with foundation, my makeup was completed within minutes, concluding with lipstick, a testament to Mia's impressive skill. After my makeup was finished, Olivia put a beautiful necklace on me. Finally, I slipped on 2-inch heel shoes. "Wow, Leo, you are so beautiful. I really think you're definitely going to be in the top 3, Mia said, gazing at me with astonishment. Hearing Mia's compliment, I quickly rushed to the mirror. The reflection I saw sent a chill through my body. I saw the image of an incredibly beautiful young woman in the mirror. The image was so stunning that I could barely believe the reflection was mine. My extraordinary beauty brought me immense joy. I had completely forgotten that I was a boy. "Leo, even you're surprised by how beautiful you are, aren't you? That's why we told you to go to the beauty pageant," Olivia said. "Leo, do you remember your first day at camp? You were so upset back then because you looked like a boy. Just look how beautiful a girl you are now," Mia said, reminding me of the past. "Thank you all so much for being my strength and becoming my best friends." I thanked my friends. We continued chatting amiably like this. Then, as the evening event start time drew near, the 5 of us headed to the venue. We were at the location of the beauty pageant and the evening event, chatting. In the meantime, I noticed that the attention of several girls was focused on me. I understood that some of them were talking about me. I felt a subtle sense of pride for being able to capture their attention like this, and a slight hope for a victory in the competition arose within me. Slowly, the scheduled time for the competition drew near. Mia clearly explained to me how I should behave in the competition. The competition began, and the rhythm of my heart quickened. With a feeling mixed with fear, I stepped onto the stage. Standing before a large crowd, dressed as a girl, I felt immense fear and an indescribable emotion. However, I endured it all and tried to act freely on the stage, following the other contestants and giving my best effort to the competition. I stood on the stage with the other contestants. The judging panel was looking at us very carefully as they prepared to make their decision. Meanwhile, I looked at the attendees. I was astonished by what I saw. As this was something I had never expected, I was instantly startled. The reason for my astonishment was none other than my mother being present to watch the competition. A flood of questions rushed into my mind. How did my mother come to this event? Will she recognize that the person dressed as a girl is her son? What would her reaction be if she saw me dressed as a girl like this? Are these things that happened just a coincidence? Several such questions came to my mind. Nevertheless, I slowly looked back at her. As I looked at her, I saw her looking back at me. The smile and happiness on her face were clearly visible to me. From her demeanor, I understood that she had recognized me. I couldn't even think about what I should do next. The fear in my heart grew even stronger. The anxiety I felt was visible on my face. Seeing this, my mother immediately gestured to me that she knew about me and was happy. This brought me immense relief. The problem I had now was whether all this happened according to someone's plan. Nevertheless, since there was nothing I could do now, I turned my attention back to the competition. In a moment, the judging panel handed over their decision to the announcer. By this point, everyone was watching in silence. When I looked at my friends, they smiled, giving me strength. Then I looked at my mother. I saw her watching me with hopeful impatience. When she saw me looking at her, she gave me a very loving gaze. In a short moment, the announcer declared the third and second places, and as my name wasn't among them, I gave up hope for a win. But in the very next moment, everything changed. I heard the announcer call my name as the winner of the first place as if in a dream. Along with that, I heard everyone cheering. The happiness I felt at that moment was beyond words. At the same time, I felt someone hug me tightly. I immediately turned around. It was none other than my mother. I turned to her and hugged her. Neither of us had ever known such joy before. After a brief moment like this, she gave me a kiss on the forehead and stepped aside. Following that, all my friends hugged me at once. Their faces showed genuine happiness. A short while later, the prize distribution took place, officially concluding the summer camp activities. Wearing the crown, I proudly looked at my mother. She came closer and again lovingly hugged me. I now have a huge curiosity to find out whether the things I had to face happened by chance or as part of some plan. I left the stage with my mother to talk with her freely. Mom, I have so many questions. I came to this camp by mistake. The bag I received only had ladies' clothes. Just as I started speaking, my mother interrupted me. Leo, let's talk on the way home. Besides, darling, you look so beautiful. I'm very lucky to have someone like you. I am so happy, my mother said while stroking my face. Thank you, I said affectionately. Darling, shall we get ready to go home? Go say goodbye to your friends, my mother said. My mother and I walked towards my friends. We said goodbye to each other with great sadness. But my mother lightened our sorrow by making a suggestion. She invited my friends for a meal at our house and showed that there was no obstacle to continuing our friendship. After a friendly chat, I came back to our camp hut with my mother. Mason, who was waiting near the camp hut, spoke to my mother very cordially. Their behavior caused great suspicion in me. Afterwards, I entered the camp hut with my mother. Mom, I'll go change into my men's clothes, I said. No, let's go home just the way you are, my mother suggested. I can't go out dressed like a girl like this, I said. Don't worry, darling. Let's go like this. I don't want you to lose this beauty so quickly. Get your clothes bags ready, my mother said. Following that, we put the bags in the car and set off for our home. Mom, I need to know the truth now, I asked my mother as soon as we got into the car. Darling, what's your problem? My mother asked me. I'm surprised by what happened. Mom, how did you come to this function today? And how do you know I'm at this camp with the girls? I continued to ask my mother a string of questions. Now, don't stay here thinking and brooding over those questions. Let's go home and talk. Look at you, you look like a beautiful fairy. I'm so happy today, darling, my mother said, looking at me lovingly. Her words were full of affection. I offered her a loving smile. After a little while, Mom stopped our car on the roadside. Why did you stop here? I asked. I'm going to surprise you, Mom said, smiling. Mom got out of the car and called out to me. Darling, come here, Mom called me. There are so many people in this town. I'm scared to come out dressed up like a girl, I said from inside the car. Don't be afraid, child, just come out. I'm here, don't worry, no one will recognize you as a boy, Mom said. She came over to my side and opened the car door. I got out of the car with a feeling of nervousness. After that, my mother took me to a jewelry shop. Why did we come to this? I asked. "Because you won the beauty pageant today, a little gift from me," my mother said, giving me an affectionate look. "A gift?" I asked in surprise. Yes, I'm planning to buy you a pair of earrings," my mother said, stroking one of my ears. I was surprised by what she said. "Why do I need earrings?" I asked in surprise. "I'd love to see you with a pair of earrings today, Leo. If you don't mind, you can keep wearing them." My mother said this very emotionally. I had no reason to oppose her request, and since the desire to wear a pair of earrings also arose in my heart, I agreed to her proposal. When we entered the jewelry shop, the salesgirl there greeted us and invited us to sit down. We both sat there. After that, my mother asked the salesgirl to show me a collection of earrings suitable for me, and in a little while she brought us a very beautiful collection of earrings. My mother very happily began to inspect the earrings one by one. After a few minutes, she selected one pair of earrings and told the salesgirl she would buy them. Following that, I was surprised once again by what my mother said. That is, she told the salesgirl there that she needed my ears pierced. As soon as I heard that, I spoke to my mother. "Mom, I can't pierce my ears," I whispered to her. "You can't wear these earrings without piercing your ears," my mother said with a slight smile, not taking my words too seriously. In a little while, the salesgirl came and pierced both of my ears. It caused me pain. Then, the salesgirl put the newly purchased earrings on both of my ears. After I put the earrings on my ears, my mother, who was looking at me very lovingly, gave me a kiss on the forehead. That loving kiss managed to erase the pain caused by piercing my ears. I understood that she was doing all these things very happily. I looked at my face in a mirror that was there. It seemed to me that the earrings had further increased my feminine beauty. Afterwards, my mother and I returned to our car, and we started to drive back home. Because of the tiredness I felt, I fell asleep during our journey. My mother woke me up when we were near our house. When we entered to the house, we both sat down on the sofa in the living room. As I sat down on the sofa, my mother saw the way I arranged my frock and sat, and she smiled faintly. My mother, who sat next to me, took her mobile phone and showed me a few photos. When I saw them, I looked at my mother's face in confusion. The reason was that my mother had photos of me from the first day I dressed in girls' clothes at the camp until the last day. Seeing those photos further increased the curiosity in my mind. I couldn't figure out which person had taken such clear photos of me and given them to my mother. "Mom, please tell me the truth now. None of the things I'm seeing could have happened by chance. I suspect you've known about everything from the beginning. All of this is a huge mystery to me," I asked very emotionally. I'll tell you, darling," Mom said, shifting into a more relaxed position on the sofa. "Leo, when you were reaching your youth, I was watching your appearance closely. After you grew your hair, I saw a big change in your look. Compared to other boys your age, I saw something special about you. That is, I started seeing a feminine look in you. Along with that, your behavior also had a greater inclination towards feminine behavior. I know you didn't understand that change and weren't aware of it. Actually, I started loving that change in you very much. The reason I admired your femininity was that I loved those beautiful moments when my friends did female activities with their daughters and had fun. I had a strong desire to talk about ladies, fashion, makeup, and experiment with those things with a daughter of my own, but I didn't have the strength to tell you. The main reason I didn't tell you about it was the fear that it would upset you. However, I have talked about this with my friends. Then, one day, I accidentally ran into Mason. While we were having a friendly conversation, I told her about my desire as well. That was the moment she made an amazing proposal. It was nothing else but that since she is a camp supervisor, she would arrange for you to be dressed like a girl and get your photos for me. Although I initially disagreed with the proposal, after Mason told me her complete plan, I decided to try it out. That's how your story began, my mother said, holding my hand. After hearing that story, I was able to understand everything that had happened to me. But there were still problematic areas among the things that happened to me. Mom, are you saying that me getting on the girls' bus by mistake was because of your plan? My problem is how my clothes bag went missing and how I entered and won the beauty pageant, I asked with curiosity. Darling, the bag went missing because that bag was sent to the boys' camp. However, the way the other girls at the camp helped you, which we hadn't expected, was a new experience for both you and us. Also, we never thought you would get involved in the beauty pageant. The moment I found out you were competing in the beauty pageant, I felt great happiness. And the joy I felt when you won it is beyond words, my mother said happily. Anyway, I enjoyed a lot of new experiences. Initially, I had no desire to dress like a girl, but day by day, I felt a desire to dress like a girl. Now, I genuinely find pleasure in being dressed up like a girl. I love it, I said with words mixed with a little shyness. My mother's face filled with happiness upon hearing my statement. Are you telling me the truth? Do you also like dressing up as a girl now? My mother asked me. Yes, Mom. My heart secretly wants to be dressed up like a girl, I said shyly, looking down. I'm so happy, darling, my mother said, embracing me. We had never been this loving with each other before. I was very happy for the boundless love I was receiving. Leo, every time we get some free time, I will dress you up as a girl, my mother said. Not just free time. I want to dress up as a girl every day, I said, fearlessly, speaking what I felt in my heart. My mother looked at me in surprise upon hearing my suggestion. After a moment of silence, she broke the quietness with her voice. Are you willing to be a girl for your whole life? My mother asked with astonishment. Yes, I said softly. With that, my mother got up from the sofa and hugged me tightly. Then let's start your hormone therapy soon, my mother said softly. I accepted her proposal. I love you very much, my daughter, my mother said very lovingly, giving me a kiss on my forehead.